Well, we're back. 8.1 is here, and I'm finally back into the game. I took quite a long break, and I'm so happy to be back. I was here minute one. As soon as the servers went up, I got into the game, started streaming, pulled a 16-hour stream yesterday. I know it's insane to think about. 16 hours. Quite a lot, right? Well, I was so happy about some of these new traits. Absolutely excited. Sadly, I only have the arms traits. I don't have any of the Fury traits, and I hope to get them so I can actually make a video on Fury as well and give my thoughts and feedback on Fury in PvP with these new traits. Well, I can only show you the arms ones. We've got Striking the Anvil. The Tactician effect improves your next overpower, causing it to deal 1,829 additional damage, and reduces the remaining cooldown of Mortal Strike by 1.5 seconds. This is really good. I actually like this. I messed around with it for a little bit, and just noticing immediately with Colossal Smash, you get a lot more Mortal Strike damage usage while Colossal Smash is up, since you don't have it for, you don't have it very long, lasts 10 seconds. So getting these Mortal Strikes in is super important, especially since it's pretty much one of your hardest hitting abilities. It's pretty good. I like it. Another trait is a new one. Well, they're all new, goddammit. Bastion of Might. Avatar increases your mastery by 534 for 20 seconds and instantly grants you Ignore Pain. If you don't know what Ignore Pain is, you ignore 50% of all incoming damage, and you have like a... Here, let me just use it. Ignoring 50% of all damage taken, preventing the next 37,000 total damage. So the way I think this works is that what I've noticed is I still get damaged quite a bit, but a lot less so. Like, I feel like I have that wall, but some damage gets thrown into the absorb until it's consumed, and then I completely lose the effect, and then I start dying again. We don't really use this for the mastery, because we don't stack mastery as an arms warrior, so it really doesn't matter. But this gives us mitigation, especially for the comp that I play. We don't really need a lot of upfront damage. It is welcomed because it is really hard to deal with, especially when you're running necrotic strikes and you got sharpen, and really all you need is a setup, and you just start pumping the necros into people with more sharpened blade, things like that. It makes it really, really hard to recover, especially since these unholy DK buffs have gone through. I think this is very good. I actually think this is something that arms originally should have gotten. Again, I know it is a protection trait, but it gives us so much. One of the biggest complaints I've always had for recent arms warrior changes, I'm talking Legion, BFA, going through the entire the entire last expansion, coming into this one, we don't have a self-heal. We have Prot Stance and Parry. Parry is already right at the gate nerfed than what it was in Legion because we lost those traits that made it better. We have Death Stance, which they have changed so many times, where I will take 20% less damage, but I deal 20% less damage. So it's less benefit. It doesn't... It's so negative effect. I just hate it. I don't agree with this type of, this debuff that we get, because warriors are so squishy already that sometimes, when you just get straight up tunneled, you don't get to do anything. I know it sounds crazy, but, there are comps that I have faced where, let's just say Beast Cleave. Beast Cleave, for an example. There was a game yesterday that I had where they straight tunneled me into the ground. An Enhance and a BM Hunter tunneled me into the ground. I couldn't do anything. I felt like I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't walk away from them. I couldn't line the pet. I was constantly snared. I couldn't move. I was just getting straight destroyed. And there's no room for counter pressure in this unless we have some sort of a setup. I am forcibly sitting D-stance, and you know what's funny? At the end of the arena, trying my hardest to do the best amount of damage I possibly could, I still walked out last in damage. Well, last out of, the DPS that we had, so fourth. It's just, I don't like it. I know that, they buffed it and it's only 10% reduced damage now, but 10% could still be considered a lot. I'm glad it's not 20%. It's just something that I hated. But with this trait that they just added in, we can use it because Avatar is universal, or was universal, because Fury used to have it too. Arms still has Avatar, so this trait it can be used as arms. Now, this was nerfed in PvP by 50%, but it still absorbs roughly 27 or 30k. I think it's 27 without the Azerite empowerment. But I think with the empowered item level increase that you get from it, I think it'll probably absorb more. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have a piece to test this with. Hopefully it absorbs more, but 27k is still quite a bit, especially if it's a hard wall like that. Probably one of the better traits I would take. Probably what I would recommend. I would recommend taking one of these. There's many builds that you can probably combine this with that are still relevant. So let's say we want to run 2 battlefield focuses, right? And we play Ren spec. So we do a lot of damage now anyway, right? Well, we now have a wall that we can use pretty much anytime. Like, think of it as like an additional wall. It feels like so right with the spec because we already had troubles mitigating damage anyway. It felt a lot like a nerfed shield barrier from WoD, where in WoD you needed to consume 40 to 60 raids to pop a shield barrier that only lasted 6 seconds, but it absorbed damage. It wasn't a lot, but it was helpful for mitigating cooldowns and things like that, especially like versus like comps that are way burstier. Like, let's say we fought a Mirror Turbo and they swapped the Warrior. You pretty much had to sit D-stance. If you left it even a single time, you got completely destroyed. So this is really helpful. It kind of feels really like a nerfed version of Shield Barrier. It's still really nice. And I actually used Avatar as a wall because, like I said, I play TSG. All we really need is Necrotic, Sharpen, and a little bit of setup, which it really doesn't require much, especially if you're playing with an Arsham or a Mistweaver. I played with Stoops yesterday, so we had a Mistweaver, so we had those in-cap sweeps, Grip Asphyxiate, we had the Fear. We pretty much had everything that we needed to win without even using Avatar in most of these games. Now, the damage is obviously welcomed because it's 20% damage increase of everything that you know, everything that you do. So it's still obviously something that you want to use. But in some situations that you don't really need to, you can be using this to counter pressure against enemies. I know it sounds crazy, and I may sound crazy, like saying like just to use Avatar as a wall, but think about it. Let's actually think about it. I was able to sit in Avatar out of D-stance while bursting, while like even being tunneled, and I wasn't dying. I mean, again, it doesn't last long. It's only 27,000 damage since the hotfix, but that is still a lot, especially if you're reducing damage by 50%, right? So I was able to sit in battle stance and counter pressure with Avatar while being able to technically still wall off some of the damage. And it's still a simple fix. Even after Ignore Pain ends, you still have Avatar, so just go back to D-stance, right? And even in D-stance, it's not 20%, so you don't completely negate your Avatar. It's only 10%, so you're only negating half of your Avatar's damage output. So it's still really nice. It's a crazy playstyle to think about, but it works. And it's probably one of my favorite traits they've ever added into the game because I feel like I can survive and take more hits now where I just won't get completely dunked on by like certain comps that just love to tunnel warriors. And I know it sounds weird tunneling a warrior, but it works. You make them deal less damage, so they can't really pressure. And it is possible to kill warriors in prot stance. It really is, especially with some of these new comps and buffs that have came out and new traits, things like that. But I'm gonna get into the next trait. Intimidating Presence. Intimidating Shout reduces the movement speed of affected enemies by 50% and prevents the next 14,810 damage they deal after Intimidating Shout ends. Now, this was nerfed in PvP by 50%, so I don't know how good it is. Even if you were to stack 3 of these, I still think you would only be able to shield damage by maybe 10 to 12k max. That is still a lot. 10 to 12k is maybe 1 or 2 globals from every member of the team, so it still helps. So let's say you're fighting an RMP, and it fights off that one, like, that Conflagrate, like, Pyroblast, whatever it is. Or not Conflagrate, what is it? Pyroblast, I think it's called? Or Fire Strike. I don't know what it's called. I don't know the little insta-casting that mages have that make them crit and make them throw fireballs. I don't know what it's called, man. I don't play a mage, dude. I don't know the name of their abilities. Something like that. Or that one Eviscerate that annoying assassination rogue has that just is riding your healer into the ground, and they all trinket. And they have this debuff put on them. So they are still forced to deal with something even after that. So it feels like your cooldown isn't wasted. Like, your fear is not wasted. Even if you land a triple fear, which was hailed as some of the best stuff that you could ever do in the game, it doesn't feel like your cooldown is wasted. So it helps a lot. I don't know how much. I don't have 3 of these, but I would like to think that if it's even reduced by 50% and you're able to somehow stack 3 of these, considering that some of these aren't really the greatest. So let's take for Pride as for example. This only reduces like 4 to 5k in PvP, right? You could stack it and it's like maybe up to 12k max, but for yourself, But think of it this way: you can protect whoever, you can protect your teammate. You could just protect your healer, protect your teammate, whatever it is. You can just use your fear, and out of that fear, they have that absorb to deal with. It's very nice. Now, we'll move on to the talent changes for PvP. Sharpen Blade has been increased by 2 seconds. Duel has been increased by 2 seconds. Disarm has been raised to 6 seconds instead of 4 seconds. Master and Commander, cooldown of Rallying Cry is reduced by 2 minutes and grants 15% additional health. This is really nice for some of these comps that you really can't take War Banner against, or say a comp that you can't take Disarm against, but you can still take Duel or something you could sub out Death Sentence for. I found maybe 1 or 2 uses of Master and Commander where it'd be really nice to counter some of the damage that they have, especially for that Lightning Lasso. I've actually rallied pretty much every Lightning Lasso because it makes I don't know, it makes it countered, I guess. Lightning Lasso does 12k damage. I think it got nerfed, but it was really nice to counter, or to help counter against. So these are just some of the changes that they made to some of these talents, and that's the last thing I wanted to go over before I get off into the gameplay of this video. Just to showcase Bastion of Might and all the beautiful, beautiful things that it can do for Arms Warrior, and I hope to God they don't take it away from us, and they don't nerf it anymore, because it has added so much to our class. By so much, I mean we literally can live anything, dude. It's just another cooldown that we have, like, that they have to deal with. We're not just a parry anymore. We're not just a prot stance. We actually have a little bit more mitigation now. It's not quite what I would have wanted, but it helps either way. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to leave it with some gameplay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helped. If it did help and you feel like subscribing, you can do that too. It's much appreciated. Or if you want to catch me over on Twitch, I will leave a link in the description below, or it'll be shown somewhere at the end of this video. Hold avatar.
He's gonna clone me, clone me, clone me?
No, clone me. It's clone me low.
I clone Carol full.
Alright, yeah, just top me out of this if you can.
Earth them right here on top of us.
Ooh, yeah. Can't kick that.
Oh my god.
This is avatar wall. Avatar wall. I'm juicy. I'm juicy. I'm fine. I'm fine. They will like
Kill
damage
right,
me, but I'll live.
Kill this right. Kill this right. Kill this right. Never mind. You're
Oh,
dead,
I
dude.
should be okay.
Yes. I'll solo DH. I'll grip DH off of you. I'll kick MC. Kick MC. I can't. Not the aura master cast. I can't stop this. You're dead. You're dead.
No, I'm not. No, not avatar wall. Avatar wall. Avatar wall. Woo! Dude, coming in the clutch. Who do you want to kill, your toad?
I want to go. I want to just tunnel. I think we have better mana management than they do. Oh wait, no, we don't. They have fucking demon hunter.
They don't mana burn anymore. Never mind. Yes, he is. I lied.
I thought they. Wait, they didn't take that out.
I'm walling.
I'll grip healer. I'll fix a healer. You want to twist healer?
Yeah.
Apocalypse on him. He if he casts heal on himself, he renews.
Charge me. I'm gonna kill you before I get cloned. Okay.
Oh shit.
Sorry, dog.
No, it's okay.
I dropped my abomination, dude. I'm shitting on this kid. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, coming. I'm here.
You gotta.
Launch yourself.
I'll kick
2,
If you have to,
1. Out of this.
Scream
I
me here.
might have to.
Are you using? Oh wait, you're.
Right here. He'll die.
Really good.
No, I'm okay. Walling.
I like this. Shaman. So gripping. I grip that heal.
Stunning these guys.
Really
Setting
good,
healer,
really
hitting
good,
shaman.
Really good. Kill Shaman.
Sharpening. Go. Easy.
Jonah. Oh, dude, yes, this is the best. I'm fixating. Holy shit. Kick text. Do you have a stun up?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck. I didn't sim that because I thought we were gonna get it.
Just chase.
Kick him.
Kill. He's dead.
Hey, it reminds me of Legion, dude.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I swear monks with TSG is the move, dude. Like, I've never fight a TSG.
That's what dude, I used to say that all the time, dude. People are like, no.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we just kill. Okay, there's sack. We kill through. There's Bop.
That's Bop and Dispersion. Bop, Dispersion, and Sack. Bop,
I
Dispersion,
lost
and Sack.
AMSing. Can't stop this.
Avataring. No, I'm okay.
I swear.
Jesus Christ, dude. That was crazy. I still have parry. And everything, so we're okay.
I can't stop the clone, so I stole it. I'll clone his Incarn, and then maybe we can... Siphon. He triggered it, dude. What a...
Kick Void Eruption.
Dude, look at this, man. Dude, Yeah,
Just done.
coming back. Yeah, I'll fix 8.
They also
Oh,
have.
dude, one shot. Oh my, yeah, still if you could. Oh my god, dude.
Again,
Still,
oh, he got Kun off. Okay.
it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. We still good, we still good, we still good, we still good, we still good. Mine?
Everything off. Kill him.
Alright, cocoon.
Oh man, it really is Legion, huh?
Cocooning Marauder.
It's so stupid. That fuck just gets dumpstered.